Hello and welcome back to another new edition of Windows and Current Affairs. And today we chose a very important topic. I mean, a topic that has been dominating almost all summer season and will dominate for the next 10 years or more. We're going to be talking about the new Al-Ain city. Of course, this is one of the turning points in the future of Egypt. It's one of the most important cities inside the Middle East, a cultural, economic, social, strategic hub for all visitors, I mean, for investors, property development hub. It's a hub for people who are seeking knowledge, people who are seeking entertainment, people who are seeking business, you name it. I mean, it's one of the main pillars for Al-Jumhuriyya Al-Jadida, or the new republic. We're going to find out why, and we're going to touch on the most important pillars of this particular city. Why is it going to be the top leading cities in the Arab world and in the Middle East? And very delighted to be having with us live here in the studio our guest, Dr. Amr Atif. He's a travel expert, a PhD Heritage and Museum Studies. Good evening, Dr. Atif.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
I'm very good. How are you?
Have you been to Al-Ain city this summer?
Yes. Well, last summer I did. I didn't go this summer.
But this summer things have gone to its pinnacle because the Al-Ain festival, Al-Alam Al-Ain, was taking part throughout ever since the start of the summer, even from spring and until this very moment. I mean, it's wrapping up because of the back to school season, but still there is a lot to do, a lot to see in Al-Ain. It has flourished or blossomed into something, into an amazing city. I mean, it couldn't be described as a resort. It couldn't be described as an economic hub. It couldn't be described as a second city next to Cairo. I mean, it's all that in one city. So if you like to give us a quick definition of this particular coastal city, dear part of Egypt, and how far has it come ever since it was before it was renovated? And it was only a place that reminded us of the World War II and the landmines and, I mean, totally different conceptions.
What happened in Al-Ain is a miracle by all means. I mean, it was, as you kindly mentioned, that it was, there were mines, landmines there in Al-Ain, and the Egyptian government did a great job clearing those mines, and it turned to be one of the largest entertainment hub in the Middle East, and also one of the resorts that everybody want to come and see. And I always remember a friend of mine, as I was telling you earlier, who he's a pilot from America, and he flew over Al-Ain, and he really wants to see Al-Ain. He called me and he said that he wants to see Al-Ain, and that it's very impressive. And I was talking to him about Luxor and Aswan, and he insisted on seeing Al-Ain. So I think that we are on the right path, and Al-Ain will change the map of tourism in Egypt. People are willing to come and see Al-Ain. The entertainment festival that you just mentioned, the World is Al-Ain, is considered to be the largest festival in the Middle East. So if you want a resort, Al-Ain counts as a resort. If you want investment, there are lots of chances for investments in Al-Ain. If you want entertainment, there are lots of entertainment methods there. So I think Al-Ain will be booming, and it will change the touristic map of Egypt.
Right, of course. And this particular festival was planned for as an inauguration to introduce Al-Ain for the whole world. And it achieved a lot of success. Before that, Al-Ain was inaugurated. It has been on for almost 2 years.
Yes.
There was a soft opening. And those skyscrapers
Yes.
that are located there. It's a must-see
Yes.
place for everybody, not even people from the Gulf or Europeans, but even people from the United States and from Japan and from other places. But like you said, Al Alamein Festival has grabbed the attention of the whole world. Why do you think that happened?
Because of the location of Al Alamein, because of the weather, Egypt has been blessed with the good weather. So because of the crystal clear water, because of the sand beaches that we have in Al Alamein, so and because of the achievement that the government has done, that Egypt has done. I mean, imagine that you're turning a spot from a place that was not safe to go into a hub and into a touristic area. So I think that's one of the main reasons why people are willing to come and see Al Alamein. And the skyscrapers that you just mentioned also attracts the view of all the people who see it.
As a touristic expert and someone who have been working on heritage and history for a long time, I mean, let us talk about tourism side. How do you describe the climate there in Al Alamein? How do you describe the beaches and the crystal clear water?
Yes.
How do you describe the clarity of the environment and the air, and environmental wise? How clean is it? It's an environment friendly green city.
Yes.
Next to Sharm el-Sheikh. Do you think that Al Alamein city is going to be a competitor to Sharm el-Sheikh when it comes to conferences, when it comes to political and economic activities, business activity, activities and things like that?
Absolutely. Al Alamein will be competitive to Sharm el-Sheikh, and people will be willing to come and see Al Alamein all the time. I mean, you're talking about the crystal clear water in Al Alamein. We're talking about the yellow sandy beaches. 15% of tourism only is the culture tourism. I mean, the percentage of the travelers who go do culture tourism are like 15%. 60 to 70% of the population of the people who travel or of the travelers are the beach tourism. So for sure, the Al Alamein will change the map of tourism in Egypt. And imagine 1 million came to attend the festival that took place for 45 days. So imagine the conferences that can be held there, because it's very well equipped. And imagine the people from the Arab countries, from the Gulf area, everybody is willing to come and spend time in Al Alamein. So for sure.
Speaking about Al Alamein Festival, Alam Alamein, this festival has scored a lot of success on many fronts. Like I earlier said, property development projects, you find it, entertainment as a coastal city, as a business hub, as a place to enjoy the concerts, and an artistic hub. You could find it as a place where you can go and see a touristic hub. It could be also a touristic hub. So talking about a place like Al Alamein, it's a new type of tourism.
Yes.
Usually we have our stereotyped regular types, 100 types of tourism that Egypt has, but we never own that multi type of tourism in only one city that combines all those facets, all those activities in only one city that is attracting everybody.
That's something new for Egypt. And
that means that Al Alamein is going to work for all seasons.
For all seasons. In the winter
time. How is that?
I mean, if for holding conferences, especially that Egypt became a member of the BRICS committee. So imagine that Egypt will be a meeting point for all those countries. And imagine there will be, Egypt it's new Egypt, as we say. The roads that have been built in Egypt, the new infrastructure. The BRICS Egypt presented a very strong paper in the last meeting of the BRICS, and Egypt will be like a meeting point for trade point between all the countries of the BRICS. So imagine this will pour in the pot of tourism. I mean, people will be coming to attend meeting and festivals and so on and so forth, and that will be also helping with tourism. Beach tourism is something very important. We were focused more on culture tourism for decades, but now the travelers come to see New Egypt. It's New Egypt now. It's not the travelers' mother's Egypt or grandmother's Egypt. It's New Egypt, and people would come, as I would call it, an Instagramic tour. People like to take pictures of what they see and post it on social media. So it's what we would call Instagramic tours. This is what the travelers are after. I mean, nowadays with the global unity that's going on everywhere.
Again, we have used soft power to be able to attract foreign investment.
Yes.
To be able to promote for tourism, to be able to attract new venues of income to our national income. This is a stereotype or the classical way for our President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. Ever since he stepped into office, he has turned every opportunity for Egypt into through soft power.
Yes.
Instead of confrontations and military confrontations and conflicts and all that, he would resort to soft power, and we have seen a history of that for almost 10 years now.
Yes.
President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi have so smartly used the soft power to achieve all what we want.
Yes.
Al Alamein is a very good example of the soft power. We have turned our soft power, hosting people, hosting investors, attracting people to come and attend our concerts, people to attend conferences, people to come and shop from Al Alamein because it has the most beautiful and luxurious shopping centers, and probably to own apartments in the skyscrapers, which is very elegant, very sophisticated, to enjoy vacations there on the very luxurious beaches, crystal clear like you kindly described it. It's all through the soft power.
Yes, that's
so
true.
If you like to elaborate on that.
Well, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, ever since he took office, he has been, trying and turning every opportunity that Egypt can get through its soft power. And the role that he's playing internationally is, of course, very noticeable. Look at our relations with the different countries, good relations with different countries. And tourism is one of the means of the soft power. So tourism, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi is paying a lot of attention to tourism because it's one of the main sources of the GDP in Egypt. So tourism by itself is a soft power. Al Alamein city is a soft power. The festival that we held is a soft power. COP27 that took place in Sharm el-Sheikh is a soft power. Everything that's happening around us, and that reminds me with Herodotus, the historian. Herodotus said that Egypt is like a candle that stays at the bottom of the Nile. When the whole area around it is dark, this candle floats on the surface and lights the whole area around it. And this is exactly what's happening, as if Herodotus is with us today. Look at Egypt and look at the accommodation that Egypt is doing for all the neighbor countries and for all people from all over the world. That's soft power.
Right. Like we said, we've been talking about Al Alamein city and the new republic, the new administration, the new capital, and also the new administrative capital, and the new Alamein city, and also Al Mansoura city. We have erected in a very short time modern cities, digitalized, very luxurious, green cities that could compete worldwide with international cities. If you like to elaborate.
Of course, it's New Egypt. I mean, Al Alamein city, the new capital, the new administrative capital, new Al Mansoura, new Aswan, and so on and so forth, new Giza, and so on and so forth. So, I mean, they are the cities belong to the fourth generation, or the fourth generation cities, or 4G cities, and of course, it can compete with any country or any city in the world. And that's what the travelers are looking for. So it's not the classical tours that the travelers are used to. It's more of the new Egypt that everybody want to come and see now.
Right. Talking about the Ministry of Tourism, of course, it has a lot to do because there are, like I earlier said, there are lots of golden opportunities inside that new Alamein city. I mean, on every step, every corner, there is a golden egg.
Yes.
That can hatch into lots of opportunities. Where do you see the role of the Ministry of Tourism to be able to promote for the beach houses there, the skyscrapers on the coast, trips during summertime, during winter time, the conferences, or some type of tourism that could be taken? Of course, there is a lot like we talked. The life there. There is also, besides tourism, there is also universities there that could attract, foreign students to be able to join. There is also business hubs there for people who would like to, invest into some new companies or property development companies and all that. But let us start first with the Ministry of Tourism. Where do you see the role of Ministry of Tourism, and what are the chances for the Ministry of Tourism to open new venues and open the doors for the market for a new type of tourism?
We need a strong marketing plan. Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities are doing a great job so far. And we need also to open the airport of Al Alamein. Opening the airport will
How important is erecting an airport inside?
Of course, it's very important to operate.
Will it make a lot of difference?
It would make a lot of difference, this airport. Like the airport we did in Marsa Alam. Now they opened an airport in Marsa Alam, and that encouraged charter flights to come to Egypt from Germany, Italy, Belgium, France, England, you name it. So we need to open the airport in Al Alamein, and this way we can have charter flights coming back and forth from Europe. Europe is on the other side of the water from Al Alamein. So people are going to be able to come and enjoy Al Alamein when we open the airport. That's one of the very important things that we should be taking care of. Also, don't forget the Commonwealth. I mean, if you want to talk about history, the cemeteries of the Commonwealth. So the countries that are members of the Commonwealth, we can hold conferences there, and those conferences of the countries.
Or we can organize,
activities,
touristic trips to. It will have its own visitors.
Yes.
What type of tourism is going to be?
This will be a mixture between the culture tourism and the beach tourism, because people will come to visit the cemetery and visit the Museum of Al Alamein, and also enjoy the beaches.
Talk to us about the museum. Have you visited the museum?
I did visit the museum several times, of course, and yes, the museum is amazing. I mean, it talks about the WW2 and what happened in the WW2, and talks about the role that took place, that Al Alamein city took place. You know, that World War II was stopped and finished in Al Alamein. So the people like to go to see the museum, and it's a landmark, if I can say. It's a landmark. And not far from Al Alamein is Alexandria, with all the sightseeing of Alexandria. So that will also help booming tourism to Alexandria. There are lots of travel agencies now are including Alexandria and Al Alamein to their itineraries, because they say if they go see Al Alamein, they should see Alexandria, and so on and so forth. So I think it will change the whole map of tourism in Egypt again.
So talking about still with tourism, because you are a tourism expert, and of course you have a lot to to add as an input to that particular city when it comes to exploring new ideas for reviving tourism and open opportunities. What type of tourists do you think Al Alamein is going to attract during winter time?
During winter time, will attract European travelers. When it's very cold in Europe in the winter, they will be willing to come and enjoy Al Alamein in the winter time. So, and the Scandinavian countries as well. Also, it will attract most of the Westerns will be willing to come and enjoy Al Alamein. We can do Al Alamein as an extension of the trip. So people would do Cairo and do Luxor and Aswan, and then they can wrap up their vacation by spending like 4 or 5 nights in Al Alamein, or 3 or 4 nights in Al Alamein, after to relax after all the hectic touristic tours they do in Luxor and Aswan and here and there. So they can after that rest in Al Alamein and enjoy and relax before they go home. So they will go carrying memories of Egypt in depth, if I can say. And as I told you, Alexandria is not far from Al Alamein. So Alexandria can be also a help, because travelers either go to the beaches or they can go and enjoy the sightseeing of Alexandria, enjoy the library of Alexandria. I know in person lots of travelers who are looking for the itineraries that includes Alexandria in the program. And I ask them, why did you travel with this company, or why did you come with this tour operator? They say, because this was the only one that had Alexandria for 3 or 4 nights. So that's why they, so imagine one of the priorities is to visit Alexandria.
Right.
And of course Al Alamein. I'm talking about Alexandria and Al Alamein.
Mentioning Alexandria, in spite of all the effort that has been spent in Al Alamein, and the outstanding view and the outstanding scene when we talk about a new modern city with all that taste from every side. I mean, you have a coastal taste, you have an economic taste, and you have a cultural, artistic, and all that. But still, Alexandria remains as something very, very special.
Yes.
Very unique, very distinguished in its own essence.
Yes.
Why do you think is that?
Alexandria is very special, as you mentioned, as you kindly mentioned. Alexandria, you can see the Greco-Roman monuments, the Greco-Roman art. You can visit the catacombs. You can see the National Museum of Alexandria. You can see the Roman amphitheater and the library of Alexandria. And at the same time, you can enjoy the walk by the Corniche, by the Mediterranean. You can enjoy the scenery of Alexandria. You can enjoy the citadel and the food of Alexandria, the cuisine, the food in Alexandria. Alexandria offers lots of fish dishes that it's famous for. So travelers, when they come to Egypt and they go to Alexandria, either pre or post the trip, they enjoy it, and they say that it's one of the highlights of the trip. So Alexandria still has its own essence, its own flavor, if I can say, that stays in the mouth of the travelers when they go back home.
What do you suggest as a program, a touristic program for visitors who are fond of coastal cities? Like you said, it could be a coastal trip, and it could be also a cultural trip. Who could visit Alamein and annex it with Alexandria, or the other way around.
Yes.
How do you, what would you include in that? I mean, as a tourism expert, what could you include in the plans for to promote the summer season when it comes to Alexandria and Al Alamein? And is there something in common between the two cities? I mean, it's a totally opposite. I mean, it's a total extreme.
Yeah.
One very authentic and historical and all that, and the other one is very modern and could compete with the coastal cities in probably in Switzerland, or probably in Lebanon, in Emirates, Dubai,
yes.
or California, San Diego.
San Diego.
Exactly how could this be managed? I mean, is there a very promising or inspiring vision for a touristic plan that could attract visitors in
course.
summer
Of
between
course.
the two cities, Alexandria and Alamein?
Absolutely, that's a great idea to attract, to combine both Alexandria and Alamein. After the trip, people can go stay in Alexandria for like 2 or 3 nights and enjoy the city of Alexandria, and then after that do an extension trip to Alamein, or do the opposite, go to Alamein first and then go to Alexandria. So if they want the history and the culture and the sightseeing, they tour in Alexandria and do the tours there. And if they want to relax and have the beaches and have the entertainment, they go to Alamein. So we can combine both, of course, and lots of tour operators now are willing to conduct tours to Alexandria and Alamein together. But again, the airport is very important, to open the airport in Alamein, because this will help in increasing the number of travelers who would come to Alamein.
Let's talk about Al Alamein from another side. As a place where you can join the most exclusive, civilized, modern universities. You find it there in Alamein, it's
Yes.
already there. Or if you like to look for property development activities, you find it over there also. So if you like also to do some business, and for entrepreneurs, they have a place where they, it could be also an opportunity for worldwide entrepreneurs to visit and seek some opportunities, business opportunities in Alamein. How is that?
Of course, as you kindly mentioned, if you want to do business, you have a chance in Alamein. If you want to invest, you can invest in Alamein. If you want to stay in the skyscrapers, Alamein offers that. If you want education, they have the most modern universities in Alamein. So that can attract also the students. Like Cairo University used to attract the students in the past.
And even
And up till today. So Alamein can do the same thing and can play the same role. The way it's planned with the universities and the schools and the international schools, I think that will be also another attracting point. And during the winter time, that will be a good thing for the students to come and study in Alamein. So that will increase the number of travelers who would come to Alamein in the winter. And in the summer, they can also still enjoy their summer vacation. I believe that if the traveler, for instance, liked Luxor as a city, he can go to Luxor, but he cannot visit Luxor every year. Even if he liked Luxor. I'm just giving Luxor as an example, or any other city with sightseeing. But if the traveler liked Al Alamein as a resort, they can go enjoy their holiday and their vacation in Al Alamein every year. And that's the difference between the beach tourism and the culture tourism. The culture tourism, the travelers don't go to the culture tourism all the time. They go once, maybe twice. But when it comes to beach tourism, they can go every year to the same beach and to the same resort if they enjoyed it and had a good time there. And again, beach tourism is 60%. According to the World Tourism Organization, the WTO, it's 60 to 70% of the total travelers of the world are the beach tourism. So now we are increasing the numbers, and Egypt is taking very serious steps to reach 30 million travelers a year.
Right, but also you have been recognized as a tourism expert who is aiming at sustainable development tourism. And you've been promoting for it and working, you have many researches on sustainable development tourism and climate change tourism. Explain to us exactly how far have you reached in that particular domain, and how could this be applied on modern cities and cities like Al Alamein?
Well, cities like Al Alamein, Egypt, and I can say that proudly, that we have 134 hotels that are going green. They get a certificate for being green hotels. and more than 45 diving centers in Egypt that have certificates for going green. Egypt is taking very serious steps. Don't forget that the COP27 took place in Sharm el-Sheikh, and it was mainly about sustainability and about climate changing. So the COP27 promoted Egypt as a country that cares about environment and cares about sustainability. And sustainability now, development is connected to everything. And now that we are building El Alamein as a 4G city, so that's part of the environment caring that Egypt is doing, let alone that it's by the Mediterranean with the beautiful beaches and the cleanness that you see there. I think that El Alamein and Sharm el-Sheikh, Hurghada are having, and Marsa Alam are having a great opportunities when it comes to sustainable development and sustainable tourism. El Alamein has also something extra, which is sustainable heritage tourism, because El Alamein has also a heritage part in it, and also Alexandria adds like it's a cherry on the top of the cake, that a cherry on the top of the cake, which is the sustainability and also the sightseeing that you can enjoy in Alexandria. That's simply what I can comment about Al Alamein and sustainability.
Also adding to that, the accommodations there is, I mean, environment free.
Yes.
It's healthy. The climate is environment free, environment friendly. I mean, even I mean the whole atmosphere and the premises is also a modern city that is a green city. It's almost on its way to be another Sharm el-Sheikh city.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, with all, they are taking good care of it, and the way it's built, it's going eco-friendly. I mean, the whole Alamein is eco-friendly. So I think that's an add and a plus, and that will encourage travelers to come and visit Egypt more. As I told you, if you want culture tourism, we have culture tourism in Egypt. Environmental tourism, we have environment tourism. Ecologies, we have beaches and so on and so forth. So I think that the coming years will see lots of development when it comes to tourism.
Right. You're a tourism expert and you have traveled the world and you have lots and lots and lots of touristic experiences. I mean, different cultures and different visions for tourism. And what could fit here can't fit here. I mean, every experience could be applied on a certain situation or circumstances. I mean, I could see a very successful experience in Japan, for example, that can't be applied
Absolutely.
here. But Al Alamein is could compete with coastal cities like in Dubai, for example.
Yes.
The experiences are very similar. Situation and culture could be similar. But what you see that distinguished Al Alamein, that made it boom like that from the first, I mean, from day one. I mean, other cities have been there for years.
Yes.
But Al Alamein have changed the map of tourism in the Middle East. Why, from your own point of view, would you assess Al Alamein as a distinguished part in the Middle East? What exactly make it difference from other cities in Dubai, other cities in other Gulf cities, probably in Spain, in Greece? I mean, you name it. You are the tourism expert, not me, so you could do a comparison.
Well, because Al Alamein, as we just mentioned, has sightseeing, it has the Museum of Al Alamein, the location of Al Alamein, and it's a mix and match of heritage.
Even Emirati developers, property developers have invested here.
In Al
They have
Alamein,
moved
absolutely.
over to here.
Yes.
And the biggest tycoons in property development, Emirati development, have
invested in Al Alamein.
Started to invest here and moved over to Al Alamein.
Yes, because they can see the opportunity is coming. They are not going to come and invest if they don't see an opportunity out of it. And I mean, as I was just mentioning, if you want heritage, and culture tourism, it's Al Alamein and Alexandria. If you want beaches and resorts and crystal clear sea water, it's Al Alamein. There is no city in the world that has the same privileges that Al Alamein has.
We can notice that people who go to spend their vacations in Malta or in Greece or in Spain, that they come back and say that the beaches were great, but the water, I mean the sea itself, could not be compared to our coastal cities.
Yes.
Even the sand there, it's lots of pebbles and stones.
Yes.
And even the beaches there, when you go swimming,
Yes.
you have to wear those, plastic boots and or even those very soft shoes,
Yes.
so that you can't hurt your feet. Though that the whole scenery is beautiful and amazing, but once you go through the experience, you find some a little bit some difficulties, or whatever you could name it. In Alexandria or in our coastal cities, even for the cheapest places, we don't find this problems.
Yes.
And everything is
The sandy beaches that we have,
very soft
you don't
sand,
see it anywhere else.
sunny beaches, crystal clear waters, a beautiful environment. You can never find that anywhere else.
Yes. And
How
that's
can we make the best benefit of that?
by opening the airport that comes on top, because opening the airport will allow the charter flights. You can do a charter flight for 400 euros, for instance, and that's not much. But when you do it in a charter flight, then that will be promoting and increasing the number of travelers who would come to Al Alamein.
Right, on that excellent, smart note, Dr. Amr Atif, you're a travel expert. You are also PhD in Heritage and Museum Studies. I'd like to thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And I guess that brings us to the end of this edition of Windows on Current Affairs. Many thanks to all of you. Until we see you again next week, that's a goodbye.